Hey, Mr. Parker, let me know when you're ready. You ready? Yep. Okay. Good evening, it's now 6:36 p.m. We're gonna call the work session of the Greenburgh Central School District Board of Education to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance or remain standing. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. This is our last meeting of the 24-25 school year. Woohoo! Never thought we'd make it. First item on the agenda is introduction of new hires. Do we have any new hires here?
Yes.
Ms. Pineda?
Yes, we have Daniel Heckett.
Hi, Ms. Hackett. Hi, please stand up at the podium and tell the people at home who you are and what you're doing here.
Hi, I'm Danielle Heckett. I am a new hire. I currently live in Westchester. I was hired for Leah Jackson. I will be teaching special ed there, and I'm extremely excited to begin this new journey here at Greenburgh. So.
Oh, well, welcome. Thank you. You want to tell us anything about yourself? What district you come from?
I'm coming from Mount Vernon right now, and I teach third grade over there. So
Okay, well,
I'm excited for this change.
Thank you so much. Okay. Any questions, comments? No? Okay. And who do we have next?
Michelle Getzlovich.
Ms. Getzlovich.
Yes.
All right. Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Michelle Gonsalovich, and I'm very excited to be here. I was born and raised in Westchester, so this is close to home. I currently teach 8th grade math and geometry, and previously I taught 7th grade, so I'm very excited to bring my knowledge and expertise to educate our Greenburgh students.
Wonderful. Thank you. Middle school, huh?
Middle school.
Interesting age. Wonderful. Okay, yeah. And we may get another joining us later. Okay, so, for board president report, I just wanted to say we made it to the end of the school year. Okay. Unfortunately, we are going to be down 2 of our staff, our main central office staff that's on our leadership team. Dr. Iverson is not here with us tonight, but if she were here, I did want to open the floor for trustees to say goodbye. And we have something for her, so we will be, I guess, leaving that with our clerk, who can give that to her secretary, and hopefully get to her at some point in time. Let's give it to Patricia, I guess.
Yes, Erin.
And we'll open the floor if anyone has anything they want to say. I will, I guess, start and then we'll go around. How's that? I will start by saying it has been a 4 full years of working with Dr. Iverson, steadying our ship following COVID, where I say our ship is taking on water and getting kind of things patched up and steady. And so if she were here, which she's not, I would thank her and wish her all the best. She is interested in seeing some of the things we do in the future. She's definitely welcome, in my opinion, to come back and participate and being a friend to the district.
It's awkward not
It
having
is.
her here to
It's
say
good.
thank you.
Maybe she's watching.
But I'll say that I have really enjoyed working with Dr. Iverson the last few years. I think I appreciate most her focus on systems and processes and putting fairness and into everything that all of her decisions, and I think she brought a high level of integrity and took out a lot of elements of favoritism. So I think that's what I'll value the most out of everything that has come through the last 4 years. I also want to say she started during the tail end of COVID, and geez Louise, it was a whole other game in education at the time. So a lot of fly by your pants decision making. So and I think as a team and as a leader, I think we and she did pretty pretty well considering everything that got thrown at us, so, thank you, Dr. Iverson.
Trustee Sampalayo, you're
Yes.
next.
Well, I've only worked with Dr. Iverson 1 year, but of course she's been on my radar. And I really appreciate her persistence, and her yes to take a page out of Trustee Warner's speech yesterday. And just her constant focus on the students and improving and having the presentation yesterday and the graphs presented again, which we've seen in the past, but I think all of it put together with Dr. Giarusso's presentation and Ms. Raymond's presentation. I forgot who else presented because it's hot. But it was really so nice to see how Dr. Iverson has supported the progress of the district.
Okay, thank you. And Trustee Manis will join us shortly, and Trustee Jacobson, God bless you.
So I've worked with Dr. Iverson the last 2 years, but also remember her very first couple Zooms and meeting candidates because of COVID. And I think to echo some of what's been said already, it was such, I don't want to say unprecedented times, because that's what everybody has always said about it, but I think Greenburgh, under her leadership, took it as an opportunity to invest in some other areas, to really push in places that maybe other districts didn't value in the same way. We really made sure SEL is my baby, and she let it grow and fostered it and encouraged the district to really embrace the social part and the emotional part of what our students deal with every day, in addition to the academics. And I don't always hear about people really valuing the whole student in that way, and I think that was incredibly valuable. And the work that she did with DEI, when I know it wasn't something that she necessarily wanted to be the head of, but still recognized that the mission was the most important part of it. And bringing everybody together to have hard conversations, to meet those needs, and to set us on a path in the right direction where I feel like we're trucking along in a really good way. And so I think that a lot of that is due to her leadership. So I very much appreciate it.
Persistence?
Persistent. Yes, we had okay, so I hosted the CEC meeting, which is, finally I've been trying to get her to do a superintendent's dessert or a superintendent's tea for 4 years, and she's been the liaison for the CEC, and she finally did it, okay, so I'm happy about that. Yes, it was really impressive when you look at all that she's done in the past 4 years with her team. Once we came out of COVID, there was the seat of your pants problem, and then there were the persistent problems from the kids not knowing how to socialize. So she got every principal to do a bunch of SEL stuff and trained the teachers and got all the kids, to understand each other's emotions and made things a lot better. It took several years, but it made things a lot better. Of course, there's this stuff that's near and dear to my heart. So while that was going on, the ELA and math test scores were climbing up higher than our local competition, let's say. So that was really nice. That was kind of icing on the cake. And then, of course, the facilities projects, which Lisa has done a lot with. But she went out and talked to the Assemblywoman Shimsky and Assemblyman Abenanti and Senator Cousins, and she got some money in here, okay? So I'm really thrilled with that. So I couldn't be happier.
Okay. Trustee Lauren.
Dr. Iverson, for me, is someone that does exactly what our portrait of a graduate and strategic plans say, that adults should model behaviors that we want to see in our children. She's an excellent model. She comes with integrity. She comes with an unflappable desire to continue regardless of the challenges that she faces. And I don't know that I need to say a whole lot else about her. That sums it up for me.
Okay. And so you left the gift.
I have the gift.
Ivy? and see if we can get to Dr.
Yes.
And then we were also losing Miss Raymond, kinda. Because we do have a resolution to walk on the agenda tonight. And in the same fashion, we have a gift for Miss Raymond that we can give to you. And we'll feel good about that. And we'll go around as well to say some nice things about Miss Raymond. So maybe-
go ahead, start.
Well, I'm gonna start on this side of the table, this side of the table today. Trustee Alon, can you start?
Let me lavish,
Yeah.
Ms. Raymond, I appreciate that we have been on a first name basis, and I'm glad we are. I very much enjoyed working more closely with you, with the Wellness Committee, and with the Finance Committee, and the Audit Committee. I appreciate your skill, and it's not the right word, but you're very good at what you do. And I appreciate that very much. You have, you've increased my comfort level in our finances. You've found ways to, opportunities for us to improve everything we do. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, if I look at, okay, so yes, the audit committee ran very smoothly, and a lot of it was your work behind the scenes. So thank you for that. Of course, what I'm really thrilled with was that, you know, we had this 114 million bond that tanked, and then you came in after that, and we had a new strategy, which is a lot of little projects and as many funding sources other than the taxpayer as possible, and you came through on that. And so all of the stuff you see going on around you, all the chaos from the roofs and the piping being laid, all this, would not have been possible without that. Okay, so thank you for that. And then, of course, we had this point. We had this facilities and finance committee, and it split in two. And when that happened, you came to both meetings, okay? And since I was on the facilities side, you can't do anything without money, okay? And so you need to know where you stand, and so you put in that extra effort for facilities. So thank you.
I don't know how to top that. So we've been able to work together on the Wellness Committee, Tech Committee, and it's been wonderful, because I think the thing that Greenburgh struggles with the most is resources. We're small, we are surrounded by a lot of competition, and I think that's the struggle, is how do you do big things and make big ideas happen with little resources? And I think you have shown how to creatively find grants, apply for things, get kids free breakfasts and lunches for years. I think all of those things add up to, similar to what Trustee Long said, being able to make things happen. And I really appreciate that, because you are very good at what you do, and that does take a lot of skill, and that takes a lot of creativity and nuance and attention to detail. And I definitely couldn't do it, nor would I want to do it. And I think because facilities and finances are not where my brain goes, you helped me understand it in a digestible way that made it easier to make good decisions. And so I very much appreciate you, and you will be missed.
Trustee Scoopalai?
I appreciate your sense of humor a lot. And very much like Erin, finances, to me what you do is almost magical. It's like you do these presentations and you're like, oh, poof, I found this money. And poof, I transferred this, and look at all the interest we have. I'm like, where did all this come from? I really appreciate the skills that you have in that area, which is very foreign to me. And we're glad that you used it here in this district.
Thank you.
The only thing I can think of right now is you did a magic act of being a juggler between, and I'll say it for the people out there, you've heard the audit committee, the finance committee, the facilities committee, the tech committee. the wellness committee, you've touched every area of this district and done what everyone has said before me. But while you were doing that, we were playing catch with 5 billion questions, mostly from me. But you helped me learn so much. And to what somebody said over here, you gave us that information in an understandable manner that we could quickly turn around into making a decision. And I've told you this already before, but I so much appreciate everything you've done. And I know, while you're juggling and playing catch, there's the paperwork that needs to be filled out, and you've managed the team to be able to do that well, and you've set us up, I think, very well for the next step in the district's life. So from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. Thank you for your patience on a personal level. So thank you.
Ms. Raymond, you're leaving us. I gotta say I was surprised and shocked that you were leaving. And, finance is not my thing either, at all. I would constantly check in with Trustee Valen, Trustee Warner, constantly. What's going on with the finance? How's Ms. Raymond doing? How's the business office? How's it moving? How's things going? And they always have positive things to say, always. We would get these transfers and reading the warrant report, and I would say, but what about this? How is it? And they would say, oh, Ms. Raymond has it together. She's taking care of it. And that spoke volumes. I put my trust in them because they're working on committees with you closely. And then Trustee Mann's got on, and she has an auditing background. I'm like, yeah, tell me how's it going. And she goes, hey, Ms. Raymond's great. So I always felt that sense of comfort. And you've always been, as Trustee Semplives said, very funny and fun and lighthearted. So we will definitely miss you here and miss your personality. I knew you when you came in. Mm-hmm. Trustee Warner and I were the only 2 trustees out of this whole board that was here. And it was a tough time. You stepped into shoes that were difficult to fill. And you were able to make them your own, right? And change them a little bit. So the next person will have a difficult time, I'm sure. We are going to work something out where you're still going to help us out a little bit, which is great. I think people will be very comfortable with that. So thank you for your service. You're welcome. Thank you. And, yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Do you want to say anything? I don't want to take it. Oh, no? Oh.
No, just thank you.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure to work with all of you.
Okay. All right, public comment. Are there any public comments? No? Now I have an anticipated adjournment to executive session. Can I get a motion, please?
I move that we adjourn to executive session to discuss information relating to proposed pending or current litigation, the employment history of particular persons, personnel matters under employee records, student records, matters deemed confidential by state and or federal law, including seeking advice from counsel.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carried. 6:53 p.m. We're going to the Wise Room for exec session. Oh. I think so. Okay, we are back from executive session. The first item on the agenda is personal non-instructional items. Can I get a motion, please?
I move that we approve the non-instructional personnel items presented to the board for approval this evening.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded, and is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Can I get a motion for instructional personnel items?
I move that we approve the instructional personnel items presented to the board for approval this evening.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. I have another item we're gonna walk on. It's gonna be item G5. Does that make sense?
No, there's no little movement.
No, it doesn't, no, we're just saying like the name of whatever.
It's an instructional item.
But I
I think that's.
So if we just read
All
the
right.
instructional.
We'll do it at the end.
Right, exactly.
That's perfect.
Let's just do it at the end.
Can I get a
Yeah.
motion for board action items,
Yeah.
please?
I move that we approve the board action items presented to the board for approval this evening.
Second.
It's probably moved in second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Pupil personnel services items.
I move that we approve the pupil personnel services items presented to the board for approval this evening.
Second.
It's been properly moved in second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. May I read my walk-on? Okay, great. I have a resolution here. Be it resolved that as recommended by the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education approves the contract with Ms. Lisa Raymond dated June 24th, 2025 to provide consulting services to the business office on an as-needed basis effective July 1st, 2025 through and including September 15th, 2025 with a maximum number of 100 hours at a rate of $200 per hour. Be it further resolved that the Board of Education authorizes the board president to execute said contract. Can I get a motion?
I move we approve the motion as read.
Second.
It's properly moved in seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Another resolution, we have a resignation of Ms. Jacqueline Cavallini. Be it resolved that as recommended by the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education approves the resignation of Jacqueline Cavallini, physical education teacher assigned to Woodlands Middle High School effective June 27th, 2025. Can I get a motion?
I move that we approve the motion as read.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. Let's look at the agenda items for our annual organization meeting. We have annual appointments. We have extra classroom activities accounts.
Yes.
We have civil rights compliance officers, Title IX coordinators, compliance officers of public work contracts, compliance officers for residency, committee for special education members. We have committee on preschool special education members, CPSE, CSE parent members. We have Dignity Act coordinators. We have Swiss Chip representatives. We have school safety team. I have something to say about, yes, go ahead. Which one, you wanna go back?
I don't know who you want to call him first.
I think you missed number 10.
Sorry,
Impartial hearing officer.
sorry. We also have, thank you, number 10, impartial hearing officer. What was your point, trustee Valen?
Probably the same as yours, school safety team. I
Yes.
think we need to discuss which board members will serve on that. And I
Great.
don't know if other board members need to understand
Stop
what it is.
reading my mind. Yes, so school safety team. So we do this at the next board meeting, but trustees, please pay attention to that. And maybe offline, we can talk about what the role entails, but 2 board members need to be on this team. We also have a community member on there. Do we rotate that community member? Does someone have a conversation with the community member that they're on the team again this year? So we need to look at that and talk about that.
Can we discuss now?
Sure.
I'd just like to first point out that the school safety team is convened by an administrator in the district. It looks at the district-wide school safety plan, which to do a public hearing for, leave it open 30 days, and approve yearly by September 1st of the following school year. The school safety team is not exactly part of the safety or security committee, but it is adjacent. So it doesn't have to, my point is it doesn't have to be members of that committee to serve on this. Usually these teams meet during the day because as you can see, a lot of staff is on the team, as well as fire district, at least one of the fire district chiefs, sometimes a representative of the police department, sometimes someone from BOCES, as well as nursing staff and other staff, our transportation director, et cetera. So again, it's basically reviewing the plan. It's 1 or 2 meetings reviewing the plan with the team, making suggestions before it's put out to the board to open a public hearing. Any questions about the role? And I'm just saying if we
Does anybody want to
choose now, we can have the agenda fixed for next time instead of doing this during the meeting.
Or before Friday, let us know if you want to serve on the school safety team. Yeah.
Question, I'm gonna miss that. Did you say how often meetings occur?
Trustee Warner and I have done it the last few years. I think we met maximum twice per year, and then everything else was done by communicating with the, currently it's coordinated by the Assistant Superintendent of Business, as far as edits to the plan.
Yeah.
Anything you wanna add?
No, you said it all.
Yes,
I see you guys, your names are on here. Are you not wanting this? Is that?
Mm.
I'm
I
bringing
think
it
they
up.
wanna give
I'm
people
bringing
a
up
option
She's
to,
bringing it up.
yeah,
I-
to,
I'm fine being on it. If somebody
Usually
else, I
because
don't
of
want
the-
to.
or someone else wants to be on it, then move. They don't feel like possessive over it, I don't think. Do we wanna add, so the community member that's on it was the president of the,
PTA council.
right, do we,
I don't know if that's why that person is there, because of the role.
or did someone have a conversation with them that they're doing this again?
I
Do
do
we
not
wanna
know how these names got
Open
there.
it
I'm
up to
assuming-
other people?
I'm assuming this is a repetition of the current members.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, from last year. I did review the list with Ms. Raymond.
So,
Does anyone want to, do people want to consider participating and let us know by Friday
Friday.
morning, and we can have, I guess we can start the discussion and amend the agenda item, or if
Yeah.
anyone wants to raise their hand saying, I want to do it.
Yeah.
What if we have a suggestion to add people to here? Could that work too, or do you have a maximum number that you need?
I don't think there's a maximum number.
Okay, I have a suggestion. Yeah.
Well, you could have another board member.
If everyone's dying to be on the committee.
I,
You'll do it?
sure,
Okay.
sure. It's an area I haven't focused much energy on, so I'll learn something.
Anyone else?
I'd be curious.
Okay.
So, is this in addition, or are we removing David?
Swap out.
Well,
Trustee
don't assume,
Warner?
yeah, don't assume it's trustee
Okay.
Warner. That's being
No, I'm
removed.
I'm not volunteering to swap out.
You're not willing to swap out, you said?
What? I'm not volunteering to swap out?
Do you want to stay on the committee? We have
Sure.
2 trustees joining in, okay? So
Okay,
three,
so
we'll have
we're-
3
so we're
trustees,
adding on,
yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
And trustee Valen will step
Trustee
down.
Valen will
Yes.
step, okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I don't know what administrator follows up with the community member? Anyone?
That could be amended possibly in the fall.
Okay, let's keep going.
Or we could ask Ms. Pineda to reach out, is that appropriate?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Who's the person?
If you could reach out to Ms. Raymond tomorrow,
Yeah.
to talk about, the current PTA council president who's on here,
Okay, perfect.
to see,
To see whether they're able, got it, okay?
Well, or if it should be the
Yeah, if we're gonna,
incoming.
if we have an incoming, is it, do we wanna open it up and ask people if they wanna serve?
Okay.
Do they just switch with the president, or does she wanna, like, really have an interest and wanna stay on it, you know? Have a conversation.
Thank you.
Keep going. Next, we have J14, designated educational official, 15 authorizations for rate of pay, 16 authorization with bonding, 17 authorization for conference attendance and approval, 18 authorization for mileage reimbursement, 19 designation official newspaper, 20 designation official bank depositories,
I'll
21
note here that this will probably be edited tomorrow. I have information from Ms. Raymond that
Okay.
New York Illicit Asset Funds is changing the name, merging with another company. So,
Okay.
so I'll get in touch with Ms. Pineda about that.
21 designations of official bank signatories, number 22 designation petty cash funds, 23.
I just wanna make a
Wait,
note.
aren't we done? Sorry.
Yeah, yes. Trustee Long, you go.
Note that we should check on the petty cash for the cafeteria fund for this one, and if we need a second resolution, or if it gets incorporated there.
You have that down for our discussion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, trustee Allen.
No, that was it, but I didn't know. if
That was
trustee
the
Mann
same
said-
thing. Yeah.
Number 23, designation Board of Education meetings, 20, yes.
Okay, so here we are defaulting to moving around again. I know for the last few years at least we've discussed this, so I'd like to bring it up now. The idea idea behind moving around was we were hoping people, families from those buildings would come and support the presentation that's usually done at those buildings by those building principals. That didn't really happen the last 2 years or more. Is it worth moving around? Does the board get something out of being in the different buildings? Do we
Yes.
want to
Yes.
stay? I'm asking the group.
What would be the argument to not move around?
We
What
can
would
just
be
see
the
less
benefit?
stuff.
Well, there was conversation in the past about the tech department having to relocate all of their things and change their environment in that way.
And the
So
visibility.
there was a burden on that end
The visibility of what?
of the tech abilities that
Oh,
we
the
have.
tech
But I do think, with that understood, I do think especially with all of the new people we will have coming on board next year, moving could be a really nice way for everyone to, and maybe that would bring out more people, is that there are newer people to meet. And I think that could be a good way to.
We could probably stop filming work sessions and people would come out more.
I'm okay either way. I like moving. I think the district has a tendency to feel very siloed off, and I think that helps
Makes
kind of
sense.
reconnect them all. So regardless of who comes out or doesn't come out, or why they come out or not come out or whatever, I find it beneficial because I do think it helps create more cohesion across the district.
Okay. Anyone? Anyone want to advocate for staying stationary?
The seating arrangements
Okay.
are uncomfortable.
Thank you for saying it.
That's why.
The little seats.
We're in the teeny tiny seats.
That's possibly something we can plan for
You
ahead
can
of
just
time.
deal with that.
Yeah, plan for ahead of time.
Demands.
The adult chairs, more adult
There are
chairs
none.
for, yes.
Okay.
I'm fine with the small chairs, maybe get shorter meetings.
Oh, the small chairs wouldn't matter so much. I see. Picking up
I know, when we are having these kind of meetings at the schools though, are the parents aware that we're here because we want to see you too? Is that being communicated to them? Maybe we try that, we want to get some parents to come.
Maybe next year, the liaisons, we can all do a better job of saying, hey, principal of school X, could you include this in your daily or weekly or whatever message?
Yeah.
I know I did not do a good job of that.
that at all.
That's a good point. Okay.
Okay, yes, trustee
One
Darwin.
more thing on this, just speaking of shorter meetings, maybe, I just want to throw it out there.
10:42.
To hear people's thoughts. We do it now or next week. We are currently still scheduled to have our work session start at 6:30. We are currently scheduled to have our regular meeting start at 7. Is there any appetite for moving regular meetings to 6:30 to hopefully get out earlier?
Nope.
It's one no.
I was gonna ask the opposite.
I thought she was gonna say 6, and I was like, oh, you want to see Otani.
Or me, I get lucky if I can get here. when I get
Well,
here.
I was gonna ask to move the work sessions to 7. Is there a reason why they're at 6:30?
Because they're usually, they're supposed to be longer.
Okay, okay. Does anybody want to move it to 7?
I'm flexible in any way. I just wanted to throw it out there for discussion, so. if-
7 is fine with me.
7 is fine with me too, but I don't know how everybody feels.
We do have to bear in, I'm just thinking through issues. We are, of course, the staff that comes.
Yeah.
It is, it's 30 minutes, but it is 30 minutes more later potentially. Not that we end earlier.
I know, that's kind of the thing, it's like, it doesn't translate into that, but
Yeah.
Next week's
honestly,
2
there's a part
hours.
of me that like the start time helps me organize what type of meeting it is. If I know I need to be
It
here at
does.
6:30, I know what to
You know it's a
expect,
work
really.
session, yeah.
That's not necessarily an argument for it, it's just a thing.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Well, then-
Just keep
No,
swimming.
no, I'm not gonna keep going. I'm
no.
gonna beat this dead horse.
Okay.
So then, well,
Let's-
because every year we've had discussions.
Yes,
And this year,
yes.
you finally got the votes to have
Food?
food for the earlier meetings because people are coming directly from work.
Yeah.
Do we need to discuss that again? Because
Do you want to?
I'm just saying, let's seal up everything so we can start the year properly.
Okay.
I will no longer object to it because I do see the
Benefit.
struggles it takes everyone to get here. And I think we are being a little more productive in our later conversations, because people have fuller bellies, so.
So are you saying that if we moved all meetings to 7, that we
You
would
take the
not
food
do
back?
food?
What kind of freedom? Sure, what are we gonna talk about, Chris? She's trying to get us here at 6. She's like, what if we just eat? It's okay. What were you trying to say?
I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay, we're gonna
But
move
I-
on
Sounds
then.
like a reorg question.
Well, no, because, well, yes, this is because we want to change it to be able to just vote next week. That's the work session
Gotcha.
is.
2
We can
hours.
change these things now, instead of during the meeting.
Just keep swimming.
So we're just moving it, keeping like it is that what we're doing?
That sounds
6:30
like
and
nobody wants
7?
to change anything.
So,
It doesn't matter to me, that's my vote.
It's
Either
not a
one.
rule. It's like, you're in the middle.
You're in the middle?
You.
I'm not in the middle.
Well, you said
She
you
was
were
just
always
swing
the
the
center.
I don't have a preference for either, because, so for you, I'll do 7. I vote 7.
Me too.
for the work session?
For those work sessions.
Okay, 7.
We doing everything at 7?
Doing everything at 7.
I like 7. Do you like 7? Yeah, 6 minutes.
It just, it's already 10:46.
It's 10:47, yeah, on a
I
work
am-
session night. It
6:30.
started at 6:30.
Y'all wanna get out on time, and we gotta like.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna
It
stick with
doesn't
6:30
matter when
because
we
it's 10,
start.
it's already a 4-hour meeting.
Our meetings have been very late, except for the last few, regardless of when we started.
What is that?
So does that mean we go later? I am non-functional at 1 in the morning, so I am 5:30.
10:46.
You know, yeah, yeah.
We all work here, but.
I'm keeping it the way it is.
Fine.
I thought it worth a discussion, so
Let's go around. So 6:30,
6:30.
6:30, what do you say? 7? 7, 6:30,
7.
7.
6:30.
Oh, now you put it in me to break it down. I don't know.
Strategy.
If we move to 7, do we not do food with each other?
Save money.
That's true.
Bonus.
No, I'm gonna stay with 6:30 then. Only because I do think there's a benefit to us fellowshipping together and talking.
Okay. 6:30.
6:30?
I will try next year.
6:30.
It's always next year.
Okay, but that's a close one, it very well may move. Okay. Just keep swimming.
Yes.
Next is designation, a HERA designee, determination board policies, determination temporary appointments, determination facility use rates.
Now,
Yes?
it has been recommended for the last 2 years by our assistant superintendent that we look at these and consider changing them.
To what?
I do not have that in front of me, right, or I don't have it at all. I think we should probably, during the next year or sooner, do a poll of area.
You mean as far as pricing?
Yeah, of area districts, especially for the following year when we have all of our outdoor stuff up and running. I really do think we need to address an increase.
When minimum wage
So let's-
becomes greater?
Minimum wages, oh, good point. Trustee Warner, I didn't even look at that part of it. I was thinking more of the new upgraded facilities and
Care for them and.
care for them,
Both
security
things.
for them. So maybe we do this sooner rather than later?
Well, how often?
Did you have a
are we going to
recommendation
our-
for increasing the facility use rates, question mark? If so, can you please give us the amounts? Thank you, period.
Good.
Jackson saw it?
Oh, I keep forgetting about the other.
Ms.
schools.
Raymond, I'm asking her to, in an email so that she sends it to us so we can
Right.
update the thing.
Well, no, I was just asking how often are outside organizations using our facilities?
Once we get the tennis courts, we don't use it a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, you think so?
Which is why I'm
Yeah.
thinking a little
They use
bit
it for
further
sports
down the road.
practices, like rec sports, they use it for troops, they use it
because you're saying that Leah Jackson and Girl Scouts are there. Well, who's
Well,
coming
that's a
there?
little different because those kind of organizations, there's a, in the facility use policy, there's a
They're
bit of an
not-for-profits,
exception.
right?
But there's people, there's groups, there's outside groups that use all the schools, is the point.
It's
Okay.
10:50, so we're gonna, I sent an email to Miss Raymond, everybody's
All
gonna
right,
get it.
so
Next, we have the
that's-
Woodlands Fitness Center. Review items for next meetings. Number 1, minutes. Number 2, GCSO MOA athletic trainer. I think we need to discuss this, and I guess we're not having leadership this week. What would, we have to discuss this in exec session. So we're gonna pull this off the agenda, discuss an exec session. Next, we have Agreement Auctions International, appointment, extracurricular activities, fall sports. Appointment mentor coordinator for teachers. We also have to change the title of this.
So appointment mentor coordinators.
Check with Dr.
Teacher
Joker,
mentor
but we
coordinator.
wanted it to be more, specified of what the mentors are for. So I don't know how she wants to word it. She could say mentor coordinators for teachers, she could say
It could be-
teacher mentor.
You-
Coordinator,
you
mentor,
mentor coordinator.
Teacher, coordinator for teacher mentors.
Or
Whatever.
rather than the title, because that might be a title that's set
Yeah.
somewhere in the italics part of the resolution, which is
Right.
more explanatory. Maybe there could just be a sentence
Clarity.
added there.
Mhm. Yeah, but talk to Dr. Njoku, see how she wants to do it. Number 6,
Same.
appointment mentors, saying we'll need more clarity in the resolution for anyone who'd like to know. Number 7, appointments My Brother Keeper summer mentors. Number 8, PK, or pre-K through 12 instructional coaches for 10.5 months. Number 9, appointment substitute teachers. Number 10, appointment summer enrichment K through 12 program. Number 11, summer enrichment pre-K program. Number 12, appointment translators. Number 13, donation historic bridges of the Hudson Valley. 14, surplus equipment facilities. 15, treasurer's report in May. 16, treasurer's report in May. 17, budget code increases. 18, business contract. 19, contracts. 20, contracts. 21, contracts. 22, contracts. 23, contracts. 24, contracts. 25, contracts. 26, contracts. 27, contracts. What?
Creating a packet.
28 contracts, 29 contracts, 30 contracts, 31 contracts, 32 contracts, 33, 34, 35, 34 contracts, 35 PPS contract, 36 PPS contracts, 37, 38, 39 PPS contracts, 40, 41, 42 PPS contracts. Item L1, new business. Is there any new business the trustees have? The time is now 10:53.
Sounds like a dare.
No?
I will say,
Let's just,
I would say check your calendars for 8/26 at 9 a.m. for a facilities walkthrough.
oh, thank you, trustee Warner. 8/26/25,
August 26th?
9 a.m. facilities walkthrough.
We'll start at Woodlands.
What day of the week is that?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
So that will need to be noticed.
Oh, that's a special meeting. Ms. Pineda.
That's a walkthrough special.
Yes.
Yeah, because
So you can have
any or all of us.
all the board members.
It will be done here at Woodlands for the location, trustee Warner?
Yes,
Did you say 11?
It's 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
No.
At the Woodlands.
At Woodlands. At the Woodlands vestibule, probably.
Is that the superintendent
And we
conference?
hope it'll be open.
No.
No, it's the next day.
That's the next day, the 27th.
It's the Wednesday, that's the worst day.
That's why it was chosen, because it's the day before.
Yeah. Who's there for what? The superintendent conference.
Work.
It's Tuesday, too.
Why do you guys try to do everything in the same week? Next item on our agenda is adjournment. Is there a motion for
I move we
adjournment?
adjourn this meeting.
Second.
It's been properly moved in second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. 10:54 p.m. Thank you. Good night.
Yay.
Still the same day.
4 hours.
Still the same.